thank you for pointing that out. I just realised that my mic was not in front of my face. Hi, R. Welcome to the chat. How's work going? How is work going? Both drivers here we have, why are you dying? It's illegal, you know, you're contractually obligated to not die at any point. Just letting you know that. You're not allowed. You know? Boeing? A Boeing 747? Is a Boeing attacking you? Is that why you're dying? No? I don't think you got the joke. Did you get the joke? I just need to know you get the joke. Please tell me you get the joke. Was the joke gotten? Are you annoyed at me because of the joke? Yes, I'm glad you got the joke. That's all that matters. Doesn't matter if the joke was good, just that you understood it. Right. Can I just upload my... What is this? What is that? Anyway. How do I make my phone stop, like, disconnecting from the Wi-Fi? Bum 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 bum. Just goes so hard, you know, the... You know, the little theme tune in the background. Alright, and then we email to myself, and we turn this on. Oh, that Xbox was on the entire time, that's a bit annoying. I had forgotten to turn that off. If you're wondering what I'm doing, chat, it's very essential doing a Clash of Clans attack. And I also have to move away from my setup because now my setup is like drawing too much Wi-Fi power. Here we go. Oh. You're not annoyed? That's good to hear. Right. Let's do this shiz. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And boop. Okay, that's the majority of it done. Alright, chat, we're gonna load in here into the Austrian Grand Prix.
At the Red Bull Ring. And there's always a sense of excitement when it comes to talking about
Max starting on pole, chat. This may be Max's first pole for us, and he did it via sprint race because Max is not a qualifier. Max is a race pace merchant. And here we're going for a soft, medium soft, which is good because we're starting on the softs.
It's the Austrian Grand Prix.
The Mercedes chat are starting on the mediums.
And away we go.
The Mercedes chat are starting on the mediums here. Max covers off both Mercs here. Can Leclerc get through? Leclerc has having a flashback to the sprint race where he's now losing out to Piastri again. Leclerc, you're on. Leclerc is on fresh softs. Gasly, who was P6, caused contact with the Alfa Romeo, which has immediately given us a caution out front here. Verstappen now needs to use those soft tyres and get up the road. Meanwhile, Leclerc needs to hurry up and get past Piastri. And Leclerc is just not getting past Piastri. Needs the DRS to help him, clearly. Meanwhile, Verstappen hasn't made any inroads at all into...
Recharge on.
Okay.
DRS is enabled. Okay, currently P1. Car behind is Sainz.
And we've lost out to both Mercs there with Verstappen. That's great to hear. Leclerc's finally got back past Piastri again. And we need to keep pushing with him just to essentially escape Piastri at this point. I think Piastri still does have DRS, but I feel like we've pushed enough so that we're okay. We need to go to Leclerc and tell him to not fight his teammates so that Verstappen's only worried about the cars ahead here. And Verstappen on the soft tyres is already struggling to stay up with the Mercs here.
Less of a lift.
Yeah.
Press and hold the overtake.
Okay.
Okay, recharge on.
I don't understand chat at all. They're side by side and we still can't keep up with them.
Try to put pressure.
Genuinely don't get this chat at all.
Charge button on. Copy.
I'm guessing we're just going to be pushing really hard in this early phase here, chat, in order to stay with the Mercs.
Introduce 3 seconds of liftoff around the lap.
Okay.
Because the Mercs continue to switch ahead, but they're
Look after it.
doing way better than us currently. Now if they do a medium soft from here, chat, we're relatively screwed.
Charge button off. Copy that.
Because we were hoping to use those soft tyres to head down the road from them, and now that option is not there.
Charge button on. Yeah, copy.
But at least we're now managing our tyres a bit here. And our ERS with Leclerc here.
Okay.
Leclerc should soon have ERS.
Recharge on.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go recharge off, Max.
Charge button on. Copy that.
Charge patron, charge patron. We are regaining our fuel here, chat. We are regaining. We are doing okay. Leclerc needs to push again here to stay in the DRS. But we're in a decent tyre management phase now. Leclerc's tyres just looking a little worse for wear at the moment.
Increase LICO for more performance. Copy.
We can now back off on his tyres.
push. Let's try to get the deck down on this set.
Yeah, let's try and stretch this set as long as possible here, chat. Let us try and stretch. We're in that phase where we just need to, like, you know, stretch what we have. We're doing well here. We know the Mercs have undeniably better pace than us. But, we just gotta hope that our stint is quicker than theirs. Leclerc now struggling to stay with at the moment. Just about inside the DRS here.
As you are now, lift off. Copy up.
And we're doing very well with Max here. We're just managing our tyres. What race is this weekend, or? I don't think there is a race this weekend, or? Let us have a look. Yeah, there's no race this weekend, but next, the weekend following, is going to be Qatar. So, Qatar is actually one of my favourite tracks, apparently, because it's one of my best tracks. Again, apparently. What do you mean again? Oh, thank you for the follow, Energize. What do you mean, again, or? Yikes, chat. The Mercedes are trying to drop us, we don't like that at all. We really no like it. Really no likey that.
Recharge on, please, Max. Recharge on.
Okay, Max is still out of the DRS, that's not good. I don't know how he got in the DRS and then got out of the DRS again.
Start button off.
Right. Now you should be firmly in the DRS and we can back off again.
Could you double your lift off, please?
More laico, more laico.
Can you speed it up a bit? Yeah, copy.
Welcome, Romana.
Recharge on.
Romano? I think that's how you say your name. Welcome to the channel.
Recharge on, please.
We're here in Austria, lap 19, trying to stay with the Mercs who are quicker than us, and we're on the softs, so we're just trying to manage our early stint here. They may be doing a one-stop, but I think our two-stop potentially could be quicker, but we'll have to see for sure. Now in that braking zone, Verstappen needs to now go neutral. God, they're trying to drop us again, the Mercs. They haven't dropped us yet, but wow, they've got a lot of pace through the middle sector. Leclerc needs to push back up to the back of Verstappen again. And we're gonna be boxing soon.
Unsafe fuel. Yeah,
We're gonna be boxing soon, chat. I think 2 more laps, so for me that is Verstappen can push to can push all he wants really here on these tyres. Whereas Leclerc wants to manage his tyres a bit more here, chat.
Can introduce some lift off. Recharge off.
Verstappen needs to stay in the DRS here. I think we want to do 2 laps, but I think Verstappen needs to go in this lap because Leclerc's tyres will not stretch.
So box and pit confirm.
So Max needs to go in this lap, and then Leclerc needs to use his tyres after Max goes in here. I'm interested to see where we're gonna come out here. We could definitely come out in among some traffic here. Russell now is also doing our strategy down in P11. Perez in P16. Don't know what's going on there, chap, at all.
Less lift off. Yeah, copy.
Leclerc should hopefully have DRS, but he doesn't seem to have it. Verstappen now in for his tyres, and Leclerc needs to come off these tyres.
Copy.
Verstappen and Leclerc, that'd be expensive to pay their salaries. It is expensive, but we've done it. And hopefully at the end of the season we will see the benefit. But so far we feel like we are seeing the benefit from it, because Verstappen and Leclerc have both won races, whereas if we still had Sainz, I don't feel like we would have. Verstappen now has actually in a lovely margin of clear air here. He's out behind Russell, who's gonna pit. Piastri's had a pit stop issue. So hopefully Leclerc can get out ahead of Iwasa. We're gonna push on fuel here because we want it. We're actually gonna push on everything because we want to make sure Leclerc does get out ahead of Iwasa. Because him being behind Iwasa would be not great. Meanwhile, Verstappen has loads of lovely clear air to push into here on our strategy. So so far our strategy with Verstappen's working well here. Leclerc is going to come in and he cannot afford a pit stop mishap. Ferrari, do not mess up. Don't do it. Good stop, good stop. Okay. Iwasa rounding the final corner now. Russell's in for his stop as well. Onto the mediums. Leclerc now going to exit ahead of Iwasa firmly here. And behind Max, but we were more worried about Iwasa at the moment. We can now back off that and fuel.
More Lyco. Copy.
More Lyco. And now we're just going to calmly push up to Zhou, up to Albon, and then Pourchaire up to Ocon. But there is a big gap to Mercedes, but we need to make sure our medium stint and our soft stint at the end is quick. Potentially a safety car could benefit us if it comes around whenever we need to throw on the softs. Pourchaire and Ocon already in, that's going to be good for us because it means less traffic we have to deal with. Ideally, we'd need all these drivers to get out of our way ASAP. Verstappen's now 2 seconds behind. We want them all to box this lap, ideally. Because we've seen Pourchaire and whoever he was battling with box that lap. I think Ocon might have been battling there. Ocon out on the hards and is ahead of Russell. Russell only P15 at the moment. I think we're okay for tyre temps at the moment. I don't know how hard we want to push on these tyres, to be honest with you. Stroll now almost out of DRS from Albon. And Albon's going to come in, Stroll's going to stay out. Zhou's going to stay out as well. The Mercs have been staying out. Mercs have been battling with each other, wasting each other's time, which is good for us. And he needs to clear these Aston Martins ASAP. And the Aston Martins are now side by side. Can Verstappen find a way through here? Switch to the inside or something. Don't just sit behind him. Oh my god, Max. All over the back of the Aston. And now that Aston's finally got out of the way of Stroll. And can Verstappen finally get past? No, Zhou went in. Can Verstappen now finally get past Stroll here? We'll have the DRS and will be firmly past. We're now 14 seconds off the Mercedes at the moment. And with that ERS dumping as well, hopefully we should not have to deal with Stroll as well here. Yeah, it's good to know that Stroll won't be hanging on to the back of us. Norris is now in for his stop. Sainz in for his stop at next lap potentially. They might be doing a medium hards or a medium soft. I think I'd be more scared of a medium soft. Oh, they're doing a medium soft, right.
Okay.
Fastest lap now for
Oh, that's a good lap,
Max, Super Max.
Recharge on, please, Max.
Yeah.
Just keep up the
Leclerc now closing up to the back of Stroll here. Norris is exiting and he's loads of clear air behind him. Leclerc with a late send on Stroll, and he has the DRS this lap as well. Good move for Leclerc to push right up to the back, or well, yeah, to push right up to the back of Verstappen.
And save fuel.
I don't know how hard we can push on these tires, to be honest with you, chat.
Slow down now. Yeah, good.
Leclerc's now going to be inside the DRS. We're going to use this time to back off his tires, because Verstappen still needs to manage his ERS. Norris is doing a medium soft. We need to remember that, chat. So we are essentially on the same strategy because we'll be going on to the softs next. It just depends really. Do we have better life in the tire?
Charge button off.
I think we now need to tell Leclerc to take the position here, because Leclerc has better tire. Verstappen though is defending.
Big crash there.
Yellow flag crash for who? Russell! Russell's involved in this crash. Oh, and Russell lost out massively. They lost 3 positions with that contact. One of our championship rivals struggling there. And Norris now following Stroll. Gonna try and find a way through here now. And I don't really know what to do with the drivers ahead. I mean, we're gonna push with them now on the tires to see does that do anything. We're just gonna have medium overtake aggression here, chat, so that they will not hold each other up with DRS, and that if there's a move on, they will take it. Stroll finally in for his stop, but we've got good clear air here. Jesus, I thought Verstappen was about to rear end Leclerc there. And we seem to be doing good on our stint. We're actually making time on... Oh my god. It's saying... It's Verstappen saying like, made me think, oh no, something has happened. We're doing good on our stint at the moment, chat. And we're actually gaining on the Mercedes. I'm not seeing the performance really dip below the line yet, even though we are overheating the tires. Apologies, Energize, but I can't get my channel points working. I need to fix that. I've unfortunately not got that set up yet, but soon come. I've just been very busy recently, and I've only really been setting that up this week. So I still need to look into that. What is the yellow flag for? Portier.
Okay.
Portier with a spin here.
Nothing at this point. And round they spin.
Just no real pressure there, and lost it. I think now we can come off the tyres. We're now 8 seconds clear.
Look after tyres.
And I think us slingshotting DRS here is actually helping us massively here.
Stay off the curbs.
Let's bring the tyre temps down to the right window, and then we're going to go back to just pushing medium. But we're doing good on this stint, chat. We're still 8 seconds clear of Norris. Sainz has gone onto the hards, so Sainz is doing an alternative strategy here. And we have seen the performance level dip a little bit, but now that we have got the tyres in the right window, that should hopefully not be the case. Let's go aggressive now with both drivers on the tyres. I think we can go aggressive, because I don't believe our tyre temps are going to overheat that massively. Norris now still very far behind. 8 seconds behind, and that gap seems to be maintained. Now you're gonna have traffic up here soon.
Okay, Max, so just focus on that management.
Alright, we've cleared both, or we've both cleared that Alfa Romeo. Norris may be looking to push now though. Norris may be looking to push on those mediums, which is a little scary if he is. He's only gained like half a second though, so we're still okay, chat. Norris doesn't seem to be the threat at the moment. We still have around 5 laps to go on this stint. Yeah, still 5 laps to go in this stint, and we're okay at the moment. I'm going to have to actually go light with Verstappen here to help extend the stint a little bit here. Now that he's out in front, we need to go standard again. It's only when he's not in front we have to go light.
Just focus on that management.
Alright, there's going to be someone going in soon here, and who is it going to be?
Push.
Right, we're heading on to lap 49 here.
Time goes.
Head down.
And Sainz now has overtaken Norris, chat. So Norris really doesn't have the pace here at all. And we're going to do another lap for both drivers here.
You can push.
And whoever is ahead here will get the pit priority. Will Verstappen go for the move? Thinks about it. We're going to have to back off his tyres now to help him make it. But Leclerc now going to put on the next set of softs here on lap 50 here, and I think we're in a very good position here. Only Ocon is... we may exit around Ocon, but only Ocon is the real worry for our exit to then catch up to the Mercs again. Meanwhile, Norris, I don't think is a worry the rest of this race, chat. It'll be Sainz, who's doing the one-stop, is the worry at the moment. And then this lap, Verstappen's going to come in. Let's see what Leclerc can do.
Okay.
Good stop for the Ferrari lads, good stop.
Was the white line all clear in exit?
Where's Ocon? We can see Leclerc, and Leclerc's going to be firmly out ahead of Ocon. So, we've no problem there. Meanwhile, Verstappen's going to need to push a little bit to make sure that Ocon isn't near us. But we've now 13 seconds to get caught up to Sainz. Sainz is actually holding up Norris here, and Norris is going to need to go into the soft soon as well. So, not a great stint for them.
No risk.
And we just got to keep an eye now. Can Leclerc eat away at that delta of Sainz ahead?
Understood.
Let's see what Norris does. Norris is staying out a little bit longer. Norris's pace though at the end on the softs could be very good because he'll be pushing a lot harder.
Could be racing Leclerc.
I love how they've added that. That is a cool thing to add. But Leclerc's definitely going to be ahead here. It's going to be Ocon that we need to be worried about. But I think Verstappen's going to be firmly ahead here. Oof. Ocon closing in though. We just do not want any bother really from the McLaren behind. We want Verstappen ahead down the road here if he can. And not have to deal with any bother of this McLaren. The McLaren does have DRS though. But hopefully Verstappen should have him out of the DRS. Is this De Vries? It is De Vries. Sean predicted the Alfa Romeos were going to have a good weekend here, and De Vries is struggling. Sargent may have a point though. I said it was going to be Ocon was going to be your surprise of the week, or the weekend, and what do you know, Ocon sits P5 and it's a firm P5. Only really worried about Magnussen, who's 8 seconds behind. Pick a number. 10. Every time you say pick a number, 10 is the first number comes to my mind. Verstappen now firmly outside of the...
Double the lift off for the moment. Yeah.
Do you want to pick a different one? 17. Is that a good number? I don't know. Anyway, Leclerc now slowly closing up to Sainz here. Norris is still yet to pit. When Norris does pit, he could be scary because even though he will be a bit behind us, I feel like he's going to be pushing Max on his tyres. Like, and I don't mean Max as in Max Verstappen, I mean full throttle, no lifting off. Ocon isn't a worry. Leclerc still closing in on Sainz. I'm gonna guess that's 70. Oh, it is 17 bits. Thank you for the 17 bits, R. On my stream, it's just Corgo 1, Corgo 1, Corgo 1. Party 1, Party 1. And then there's a snowman. There's a cheer wall. Thank you for the 17 bits, R. I am now rich. When I was a rich man. Yada 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 yada. Or is it if I was a rich man?
Less lift off.
Yeah, Romano, on my end, whenever it says bits, it just has, in the chat it pops up for me, Corgo 1, it like reads it out. Leclerc now 6 seconds behind. I have no idea what Norris is doing now. Norris has to go in this lap. Let's see here. How late can Norris realistically leave it? Do we have any? We do have another set of fresh softs if we need them. Alright. So Norris could realistically, lap 57 is the latest he'd want to leave it. Because then he's just leaving himself far too much to do. It is a corker party.
Don't destroy the tyres too quickly, Max.
Norris could be going in lap 57, but if it's any longer than 57, then we're going to be like, what is Norris actually doing? I'm kind of half thinking, what is Norris actually doing here? At the moment. We're now 4 seconds out from Sainz, 15 laps to go here, chat. And we are rapidly closing in. Norris has really stretched the mediums. I think Norris is hoping for a safety car, to be honest with you. I think we can both now go on to aggressive. Leclerc almost 3 seconds. Norris isn't even trying to overtake Sainz here. Norris has to go in this lap. He's not going in, chat. And Leclerc is almost within DRS, chat. What is Norris doing?
Try to put pressure.
Norris finally comes in, chat. As Leclerc catches.
Lando pitted now.
I actually don't want to overtake in this straight. Don't overtake! Don't overtake! Oh, we're gonna have to... He sent it anyway. Oh, actually, he's timed it beautifully. He's timed it beautifully, chat. Leclerc has timed it beautifully here. He's got the DRS. And he will head down the road. Sainz is nowhere to be seen. Where's Norris going to exit here? Norris is going to exit behind Ocon and Magnussen. Magnussen, this is going to be his best race of the season. Because he's going to finish P4 or 5 at this stage, you would say. Only Norris can really beat him. Albon gets the fastest lap, but I think Leclerc is going to rob that of him with the help of the DRS off Sainz. And he's going to be pushing to escape the DRS of Sainz, which he has done firmly. Sainz really has no hope. And Leclerc now going to cross the line. 11 laps to go. Going to be 10 laps to go when he crosses the line here. Fastest lap for Leclerc. Verstappen next is the next driver here to dispatch of Sainz. And Norris is he's 22 seconds behind here. And he's 10 laps to do it. He just will not do it. There's no way. There's no hope Norris has of actually catching us. Unless there's a safety car like this lap. There is no way he's catching us. And with Sainz now, or with Verstappen now, we're going to not even try and overtake Sainz just yet. We want to time our overtake here, if we can. Around the outside. Hopefully Verstappen has the DRS here. He's given Sainz the DRS, he's made his job a little harder. But Verstappen's going to have so much better grip on those softs that he's going to be able to keep it ahead. And you're right, Sean, let's make this a 1-2. This will be our first 1-2 of the season, chat. If Verstappen can escape the DRS of Sainz here, Sainz on much older hard tyres, Verstappen's going to clear Sainz with ease here. Verstappen now outside of the DRS, and you're right, Magnussen is out of nowhere, and Magnussen is probably going to finish P5 here. Norris pit far too late. Sean, if you're only joining us, if you missed what happened, I wonder, can I just even look at the stops here? Tyre history. There you go. Sainz went for the one stop. It wasn't the fastest, and Norris went a medium, and just extended the mediums far too long. He's pit with like 10 laps to go here, and he's left himself too much to do on those softs, which has allowed us to absolutely escape up the road here.
Straight into management.
Yeah, okay.
ERS is almost fully charged here. We just need our drivers to ease it home at this stage. But Verstappen now, chat, is on around 4-5% better tyres. Verstappen could close in on Leclerc here.
For the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, Magnussen is the surprise of the weekend, and this will be his best result of the season, I believe. It'll be big points for him. It'll be shutting up the doubting haters who say he doesn't deserve that Alpine seat alongside Gasly. But meanwhile, Perez and Russell not in the points at the moment. Piastri's absolutely going to fall out of the points here on those hards. There's no way he's going long enough. But there's no one else in Piastri's situation. Piastri's just had a mare. Can Maloney get Perez though? Maloney sent it. Oh. Meanwhile, up at the front, Verstappen is almost caught up to Leclerc here. He is almost with Leclerc. And he will be in the DRS of Leclerc here. Verstappen and Leclerc with 5 laps to go. Inside the DRS of each other. It could be our first 1-2 of the season. Please be our first 1-2 of the season. Verstappen now looking for the move. They're side by side, both Ferrari drivers in Austria. I don't like it. I don't like it, chat. Norris is now clear of Magnussen. And Norris probably won't catch Sainz in these last couple of laps. Sips tea and suspense is absolutely what I'm doing here. Verstappen now on the inside of Leclerc. But the racer in me, Sean, wants them to keep racing. I want whoever's the better driver to win on track. I do not want to take the result away from any driver. Because, chat, at some point in the season, Leclerc could fall off or Verstappen could fall off. And this result could be pivotal. This result could be who we decide the number 1 driver is. You know? Verstappen ahead currently. Leclerc has the fastest lap. There's 4 laps remaining. Yeah, Sean, but this could be max could equal. We could have now 5 drivers this season, chat, with 2 drivers. What was the question, or?
4 more laps.
You're right, Energize. That's what I was about to say. That this is the rekindling of that battle in Austria in 2019. Leclerc, just don't force Verstappen off. Don't do it. That's all we need, chat, is them to not force each other off. If they keep the racing respectable, that is okay.
How many laps?
3 laps remaining, chat. Verstappen leads Leclerc. Oh yeah, because the drivers is probably more important. As in, the constructors is more important money-wise, whereas the drivers is more important, like, everyone wants to win the drivers, and everyone wants... The drivers has way more prestige. Leclerc now into the lead with 2 laps to go, chat. Leclerc leads us away. Verstappen looking for a way past. And this is Austria 2019 flashbacks. Heading on to lap 70 here in Austria. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. But we must keep them racing to please the racing gods. Now, as we head on to the penultimate lap, I'm going to have both drivers pushing for the win. I'm not going to tell either of them for I'm not going to put on high overtake aggression because I feel like that is what would cause an incident. I have them both on low. I'm just going to leave it now up to chance what happens. I feel like if we had them both on high overtake aggression, that is when they would actually crash into each other. Verstappen now looking for way back past. Leclerc keeping it ahead though. And you're right, the Mercedes are waiting for that opportunity. Leclerc keeping it ahead here. Verstappen can't find a way through. Verstappen on the inside. Is he going to send it? Oh, he does send it. Jesus, that was a scary send. Albon into P7 says Sean, but I feel like we've got a bigger battle going on here. Our battle of the season. Perez is now back into the top 10. Russell isn't going to get points here. Perez is into 9th. As we head now on to the final lap, chat. Leclerc leads us away, and the lapped traffic could get in the way here. And Leclerc has DRS of the lap traffic ahead. Piastri pits on the final lap, must have had a puncture. Leclerc has DRS off the lap traffic ahead as... Who is this? Gasly and Sonoda battling here. Thank you for the follow, Energize. As there's lap traffic in the way, I have to get out of the way. Verstappen on the inside. No, Leclerc. Verstappen on the inside. Is he going to send it? No, Leclerc keeps it ahead on the last lap here. Verstappen on the inside again. Oh my god, I thought he was going to send it again. Jesus Christ. Leclerc still ahead. I'm getting lightheaded, chat. Jesus Christ. I thought Verstappen had it there with the lap traffic, causing some drama here. But Leclerc's going to round the final corner, and it's going to be a Ferrari 1-2. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Our first 1-2 of the season, chat. Our first 1-2 of this season. Yes. 1-2. We're gonna have to replay this. Leclerc coming across the line. Leclerc with the fastest lap as well. Max points this season for Leclerc. And you're right, Sean, we extend our gap over Red Bull massively here. Massively. Let's see what Perez is doing. Perez is now battling with Ocon. Ocon, I said, was going to be my surprise of the weekend. And for him to get P8 is decent. But can he keep it ahead of Perez? Perez is going to switch to the inside here on these softs. Ocon's tyres are 23% on the hards. Perez now on the inside. On the last lap. Perez is going to get P8. What a recovery. And Maloney gets points, chat. Maloney and the AlphaTauri gets points. So our points, so if you're in the top 10 you get points. Well, I'll show you the how much points you get if you're in the top 10. But the points, if you're outside the top 10 you do not get points. But Ocon on 23% hards still keeps the ahead. Norris finishes P4 on that awful strategy, whatever they were trying. And you're absolutely right, Sean, what a ending. What a lap. The two Ferraris battling for 1-2.
That makes it all worth it, doesn't it? Seeing your team ready to share the celebrations.
And it makes me feel so much better whenever they were actually battling and we weren't like picking a favourite or whatever. We actually let them battle. Tony has told you, I was going to show you visually, but Tony has said exactly what it is.
Mountains to overcome here in Austria, but those three managed to climb to the top.
Have I even set a follower goal recently? Oh yeah, my last follower goal was 300 and I was like, I didn't expect us to get there, and then we did. Well, here's another follower goal, I guess.
How do you think they'll be feeling after that race?
I doubt they could be much happier. A win and a podium place. What a great way to round out the weekend.
Oh Jesus, I don't want that.
That's it for this weekend
Dear Lord.
here in Austria.
For the next round, we're
Alright,
heading back to the
I've
heart of
updated some of my goals.
Get ready for a race to remember in Silverstone. The
You're absolutely right, Sean. And not only that, that was a comfortable one too. That was 14 seconds ahead of the Merc. Norris could have been battling with us, but he went with the complete wrong strategy. He did medium, soft, which isn't bad, but he extended that second medium stint to like lap 60. So he'd wasted loads of time he could have been using to use those softs to get back caught up with us. Meanwhile, Sainz had tried the one stop. It was also the wrong strategy. But Leclerc now jumps Russell in the standings. Verstappen catching. And chat, look at this. 2 wins for Norris, 3 for Leclerc, 2 for Russell, 2 for Sainz, and 1 for Verstappen. Look how close that top 5 is. And then Perez. It's funny because Ocon's is still ahead of Paris. But anyway, look at that battle. Look at it. Look at it. And we have gained on Mercedes, and Red Bull are now in the rear view mirror. It is between us and Mercedes at this point. And Leclerc closing in on Norris. Verstappen closing in on Sainz. Let's see here. Where did the Astons come? Well, Zhou got P6, so I wouldn't agree with that, Sean. I feel like Ocon did okay in his stint. Biggest surprise could be Maloney getting points, because Maloney never gets points. Who is a bigger disappointment? Piastri, De Vries, Gasly all down 10 plus positions. That's very disappointing for them to have that bad of a... But look, Maloney gained 9 positions. That has to be a driver of the day performance, if I've seen one, unless you're having Leclerc, who started 4th. Perez up 12. Could be driver of the day, but Maloney in an AlphaTauri I feel like is a bigger ask. Magnussen as well, with Albon getting points for Williams. Let's have a look at the constructors here. No real big switches, I don't think. Williams gained though massively, 1 point behind Haas now. And Alfa Romeo firmly in P7. Yeah, Max started 4th in the sprint and won, and then Leclerc started 4th in the feature and won, so that's kind of funny how that worked out. But Alpine get good points with Magnussen there. Magnussen may have jumped a lot of people in the drivers here, yet Magnussen had 1 point up until this point, chat. Those 10 points help him massively, but crucially he doesn't even have a third of the points of Gasly yet, chat. That is how much better Gasly is than him. Maloney, the only driver yet to get points. Iwasa had one insane race, Sean. We're have to going to go back and find that race. But Iwasa had one insane race. Sargent had like 2 insane races. Albon up 3 positions with that finish. Piastri got 4 points. I think Piastri got 4 points from the sprint. Yeah. Iwasa got 5th in Miami, which is an insane result for a Haas. It's been like the Haas's have a good car, but they don't have good drivers, and that's the key thing here. We now have who's a driver that if they would got P1 it'd be an act of God. Basically, or anyone outside the top 5. If anyone this season outside the top 5 finishes first, I'll be surprised. I think Ocon could pull it off, or like a Stroll, potentially Perez, because they should have the machinery. But anyone outside of the top 10, absolute miracle for any of them winning. If any of them win, it'll be ridiculous. If Maloney wins, I'll be like, what is this game? Because he's got 1 point. Still don't know how Maloney has a seat here, but he does. What about IRL? Well, if you had been watching the season, you'll know Max has won every single race bar one. So at this point, an act of God is if anyone wins but Max. So Sainz winning in Singapore seemed like an act of God to make the Red Bulls bad for one weekend. Anyway, chat, we're going to save some of our money until we get to... Oh yeah, and Perez won 2 other of the races, yeah. Forgot about Perez winning. But Perez is in a Red Bull, so you'd expect him to win if he's in a Red Bull. We're winning the pit stop battle, which is key. Let's see here. Ow. Let's see here. Cost cap. We're still okay. We're gonna be designing a lot more stuff now, chat. Got a research thing. Design. Let's see what we can upgrade. Chassis, not upgradable. Rear wing could be upgradable. Side pods, not really. Underfloor, not at all. Suspension could be a shout. I think the suspension will be our big upgrade, chat. Let's see here what happens if we add maximum onto everything here. Let's just have a look. Jesus, we physically cannot upgrade their chassis if we wanted. Well, maybe if we do this. Yeah, we can actually. But I think our suspension is going to be the big upgrade, chat. Oh, our suspension is going to be a big upgrade for sure. I can already see it. Let's make it a bit quicker in the straight here. And increase the brake cooling as well. And then reduce the weight. That is our only real upgrade that we can do to the car, I think. Let's try rear wing. Rear wing is doable. Side pods isn't really doable. Underfloor. Let's try side pod, see what we can do with it. Let's try optimize aerodynamics and then let's go minimum lifespan. So side pods is upgradable. We would not want the engine cooling to be that bad though. I feel like that's the sweet spot. So if we were to do up the side pods, it really wouldn't do a lot. Let's try the rear wing, and if the rear wing doesn't give us good benefits here, then we're gonna just do the suspension as our big upgrade, and then we're just gonna do some research for the last 2. Let's see here. We want drag reduction up. Yeah. And then high speed up as well. So, rear wing, maybe. Maybe. I think we still will see better performance out of a suspension upgrade though, chat. So let's go to increase the drag reduction. We want our brake cooling to be improved actually. Like a little bit better top speed. Minimum lifespan all the way down. Yeah, I think that's gotta be our upgrade. What if we take some brake cooling off? I feel like the brake cooling will help. So we're gonna do that. Gonna put all of our engineers on it. So leave us with 3 engineers remaining. And we can research some things. Let us just... What can we actually research here? Yeah, let's just do that. And rear wing maybe? No, it's chassis we want to do it, yeah. Right. Okay. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. I think we can now head into Silverstone, chat. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Uno momento. We need to check our how many parts we have here. We're gonna need another chassis for sure. Front wings, I reckon you always need new front wings. And rear wings, we're good for rear wings, okay. Okay, that's all we need to chat. We can now head into Enrico Cardile is always unhappy. Dear Lord, please man, seek a professional, because we cannot help you any longer. And we're gonna save, and then we're gonna try offer. Oh well, let's do our schedule here. Yeah, they're gonna be exhausted, so we need to go take stuff off. Car building, car building. No. I think that's the best we can do, chat. Because the fatigue is too much, I believe. This stage. Yeah, not much more we can do with that chat. Do we have Jonathan Wheatley coming in the season? We do. Yeah, Jonathan Wheatley. Anyway, let's save this and let's try offer Leclerc a contract that is shorter, and we're actually going to do less money because I feel like we can get away with less money. Start it next season. I feel like he was really peeved off by simply the I think the game is not actually allowing you to do as much years as we want him to do. Let's try that. Hopefully he accepts. Still declined. Dunno. Man, just... I don't know, chat. I don't know. He was happy about the seasons at least. Reduced deadline, absolutely. We want our suspension in quicker than normal. Or quicker than expected. Now chat, in qualifying we were quicker in Austria than expected. You could be right, Tony. I think all that was wrong there was the race target bonus. We removed that because I didn't really want to offer him a race target bonus. But I feel like if we go in next time and offer him a race target bonus, I feel like that will be the contract wrapped up in a neat little bow. If he still says no, then I'm going to be like,
Welcome and come.
Leclerc, what do you want? I'll give you anything. Do you want daily foot massages? It can be arranged. let's put on all of our old parts here before we head into practice. I also want to check. Did we get any new parts for anything? Chassis, no. Front wing, no. Rear wing, no. Side pods, no. Underfloor, no. Suspension, no. Maybe give Charles a fat signing bonus and like, I think the only problem currently is he wants a race bonus. I think that's the only problem at the moment, is he wants that race bonus. And in practice, we're why are we so bad in practice? I don't get it. Maybe it's the old engine parts. That's it. It's definitely not our pace. It better not be our pace. Better not be our pace. Better not be.
Qualifying is coming up, and the drivers will be ready and raring to go.
We're at that stage now, chat, where we're gonna need engine penalties soon. And it's just at the point now, basically whenever we get knocked out in Q1, that's when we take our engine penalties. But as Verstappen destroyed a car earlier this season, he's gonna need it sooner probably. For sure. Predictions for biggest losers. I think Red Bull are going to be their biggest losers again here, chat. I think they may fuck it again. I think they may have lost their pace that they had. I feel like Leclerc, I feel like that's the order we need to go out on, or in. Now chat, I have a question. If I were to stream FM, and that is Football Manager, would you watch? Because I play FM a lot, and it's currently up here now. Although I haven't been playing it while I'm streaming, I just have the game still open, and I've now went back onto it. But would any of you watch if I streamed FM? Whenever the new FM comes out, I'm streaming it regardless whether you want me to or not, you know. So just get used to that, but would any of you want to actually see me stream FM currently? If not, just wait until the new game comes out and then you'll be like, oh shit, he's streaming FM. Don't want to watch this. Fuck this guy. Hate this guy. Anyway, we're gonna also have a tea break while our drivers do some laps here. Tiago. Biggest winners, Norris. Biggest losers, Alpine. Biggest surprise, Albon. Biggest flop, Red Bull. You know, that is not a bad shout. I feel like Norris got his strategy wrong last race, but I think Norris is genuinely our biggest rival. I just feel like he's got scary pace, and all that went wrong last time out was that strategy. Whoa. And we roll back into the shot. Wow. Wow. I don't think anyone blocked our lap on pit exit there. There's a Haas that could be in our way. Potentially there's a Merc and an Alfa Romeo. Or is this Magnussen? Who's the Merc? Oh, Sainz is on a lap. And there's an Alfa Romeo on a lap. So there's realistically, chat, no one should be blocking these laps. These should be good laps and we should not have to do another lap in Q1. Although there is an Aston Martin there of Zhou, who's currently now in the way of the Alfa Romeo. It could be in the way of the Merc here. Hopefully Zhou starts his lap quick enough to not be in our way. And hopefully he holds up the Merc a little bit. I think he's going to. There's a yellow flag out. I hope it's not for one of our drivers. Yellow flag cleared, and I do believe the Merc got held up there a little bit. Gasly running wide. Gasly did kind of flop last week. Leclerc goes quickest. Verstappen goes slower. Ugh. And Verstappen had the benefit of the toe there, chat, so he really does not have a big excuse. Other than the fact his ERS system is not up to scratch.
Box this lap. Box this lap.
But I feel like Verstappen may need to do another lap here. Although, where's Norris at the moment? Let's see what Norris does in a lap, chat, and that'll be our indicator of what we need to do in this quali session. I feel like Verstappen's going to have to head out regardless. Norris now going to start his lap. And I don't think he's going to get held up, although there is Ocon. Albon in P2, you're right. Oh, Alfa Romeo completely blocking Norris. I do think Verstappen should come out now. That Alfa Romeo, or Alfa Aston Martin, completely got in Norris's way there. And no, an Aston Martin is not an Alfa Romeo. Norris now crosses the line, P17. That Aston Martin held him up massively. If we could get Norris out in Q1 here, that would spicy up the championship big time.
Confirm.
Please do not let Ocon through. Oh, he let him through. He let Ocon through. That's not a good decision, Max, at all. Ocon better not block our lap here. Get out of the way, Ocon. Lovely. And who's this Aston ahead? It is Stroll. Stroll just finished his lap and has completely blocked us. Okay.
Just keep it sensible on the tyres, Max.
Yeah.
Verstappen now may have to go out in fresher softs. We're gonna risk it, chat, and we're gonna go out with Verstappen on not as fresh softs. Mick 6th, De Vries 5th, Albon 2nd, Pourchaire 10th, Russell down in 12th. I think Perez is completely safe, so we're not going to see a repeat of that. Let's see, Verstappen now cross the line. Tsunoda's exiting. Can Tsunoda get the feck out of the way? Oh, right on the exit. What the fuck was he doing, man? Who's this now? That's Perez. I don't think Russell's actually doing a lap, chat. Get out of the way, Alfa Romeo. Out of the way. There's going to be someone in Maggots and Beckett that's going to block us, absolutely. The Alfa Romeo of whoever the fuck this is. Both Williams, P2 and 3, Sean. Thanks for pointing that out. Wow. Verstappen's going to have to back off this lap. He's not improved in first or second sector. Nice to go for another lap here in the hope that he can improve.
Yeah, okay.
Leclerc still has the fastest time here comfortably. Norris doing an outlap. I think I did cancel the call-in, yeah. That should be cancel call-in. Leclerc's safe here. Russell could be out, chat. Russell sitting in P12. And Norris now starting his lap, but Norris does not have any traffic. So I think Norris is going to be safe, but Russell is in 12th. Could get knocked out here. Ocon. Is Ocon starting a lap? I don't even know. Ocon, I think, is starting a lap.
Okay, that's the checkered flag.
Or you may be correct. K-Mag out. Norris should be crossing the line soon. Oh, he's not crossing the line soon. If we can play this smart, we can get Verstappen to park it on the line.
Straight to lift off.
Okay.
Right, hopefully Verstappen parks it up on the line, brings out a yellow flag.
Okay.
Verstappen, don't believe, improved. He had a green first sector, but had no more ERS to use. Norris now. Let's see what he's doing. He's got a yellow, then a green, chat. Piastri's got a purple medal. Interesting. The Haas needs to get the feck out of the way. Although that may be the Haas of Mick Schumacher. Where's Norris? Norris is going to cross the line now. Norris jumped into P14. Piastri goes P1! Gasly, another flop for Gasly. Piastri P1? Russell and Norris were almost out of qualifying and scrape through. Piastri, what are you on? Piastri did a double purple at the end. What the fuck? When both Williams are here. Oh, it's a stinker for Alpine. Sean, you called that one right. Maloney who got points. And unfortunately for us, Russell and Norris scrape into Q2. Which is a little annoying. It is a little annoying. And we want now, hopefully Leclerc can get a good lap here on his first run out. Hopefully Verstappen can get a decent run here as well. I don't think anyone will really be in our way. Maybe Stroll could be in our way at Cops. Get out of the way before Maggots and Backets. Leclerc will have a clear lap. I don't think Verstappen will. I think Verstappen's going to get blocked again in the middle of Maggots and Backets. Oh my god, this game.
Recharge on.
Let's try and block Sainz here a little bit if we can. Don't think we have. I think we've given Sainz a perfect toe, and we have. Yeah, he's got a purple middle. Jesus Christ. So Sainz is through, and we don't have to worry about Sainz. He's going to be into Q3 already. We already know. Leclerc's on a 28.5, or a 25.8. Sainz is at a 25.4, so not happening there. I think Leclerc actually may be safe here, but Verstappen, I already want to go out with fresh softs here. Because Verstappen here is at risk. He's blocked Russell a little bit, which is tasty. Norris has got a lap in, but it isn't amazing. Hopefully no one exits the pit lane now. Verstappen should actually have a safe lap. Russell may be in his way here. Russell should get out of the way, so Verstappen's actually going to get a clear lap here. So Verstappen shall actually be able to show his proper pace. He's got a double green here. And hopefully Verstappen can make a big jump here. And our drivers could be firmly into Q3. If he doesn't make a big jump, then we've got to be worried. We've got to be worried. It is a decent jump. He's ahead of Norris now. And I do believe we're safe. Both Williams, though, have randomly fallen off the pace. Randomly, I mean, that is kind of strange because they were P3 and 4 in Q1. I think Leclerc's safe, and I think Verstappen's safe. And Sean, you may be right. It could be very close here. I'm going to take a quick break, chat, and I should be back before the end of Q2, and we may have to put Verstappen out again. I have returned, chat, and I have established that I think Max needs to do another lap here. I feel like he is too close to the drop. I feel like he's too close to the drop here. He needs to go out immediately here. Yeah, that is Joe or someone, maybe Piastri, made him drop a position there.
So focus on warming the tyres.
He's now in 10th. Norris hasn't improved though. Albon into P2. See, that's what I was scared of, is the Williams, the Albon into P2, Pourchaire.
Pace of it.
Round the outside of the fucking McLaren. What was that? That was a complete lap block, like. Look at this,
See what
chat.
happened? It was the Williams driver we see.
Completely gets his lap blocked by that
Just a bit
McLaren.
too wide at that point. Perhaps a little lapse in concentration, maybe.
What the fuck? Verstappen now
So pick up the pace.
coming across the line. Verstappen needs a clear run here, and I do believe he will have a clear run here. Norris. Is Norris on an out lap? I don't even know if Norris is on an out lap, chat. I think Norris is out, chat. Meanwhile, there's Russell on an out lap here. Verstappen's currently out. So Verstappen needs to improve here, chat. De Vries coming across the line soon here. Norris is out, chat. Verstappen's going yellow. That isn't good. You're right, Sean. That is pretty accurate. Pourchaire could and should have been in Q3, and then that McLaren just completely blocked his lap. Verstappen now. He's not really doing much. He's got a green middle sector here. Has to improve. No! 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 There's an Aston in the fucking way! Oh, the Aston made him fucking lift off.
We need a lift off at this stage.
Yeah.
Joke, chat. An absolute joke. Another fucking lap blocked.
Step ourselves for a push.
Dear God. That's the checkered flag. And we just need to keep pushing with Verstappen. I don't even know if he's going to improve at this point. But wow, he has been royally fisted. He's just a couple hundredths off De Vries. But he doesn't have anything left in the tank to actually improve. Oh, thank God. I just seen your message, Sean. But oh, thank God we'd already done that. Verstappen now going to come across the line. And of course he's not going to improve because he didn't have the ERS. He had actually went green in the final sector, but hadn't improved. He's going to start ahead of Norris here. But wow, that is disappointing. Blocked by a fucking fat Aston Martin. Whoever it was. A McLaren blocked Pourchaire as well. They need to fix qualifying, man. Need to fix it. And Piastri into Q3, which we love to see. Mick into Q3. Nick and Albon. Pourchaire should have been into Q3, but it got blocked by a McLaren. Dear Lord. Oh, we've actually loads of fresh softs here, chat, and we're going to use them. We're going to use them here
Green light.
in Q3. Hopefully Leclerc cannot have his lap blocked. Oh. No. 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 Shut the fuck up. I don't care. Exits. Literally gets through turn 1. Blocked. I'm simply not doing it, chat. I'm simply not doing it. What, like, what is the point doing it? Gets through turn 1, blocked. By a fucking Aston Martin. The absolute fat cunts. What absolute pricks. Let's leave it 40 seconds and see what that does.
Radio check.
Hopefully next time we actually get
Yep, you're loud and clear.
our lap not blocked. Russell's gonna be in our way. If it's in the middle of maggots and backets, I'm quitting out again. Yep. So it turns out, chat, in Q3 we have to wait a minute to actually have a clear lap. Eight different constructors in Q3, says Sean. Which is insane. So we wait to 11 minutes and then we can put the fucking car out. There we go. Hopefully now Leclerc can just have a clean run.
Radio check, okay.
Yes, confirm.
Finally, chat. Okay, he's gonna have a clear run. I can go make tea. I don't care if Leclerc finishes 10th or whatever. I just care that he gets a clear run. Because if he finishes off on pace, I'm fine with that. But whenever he has his lap blocked and the AI is not penalised, it just completely ruins my immersion of the game. It doesn't feel like I'm playing an F1 game at all. It doesn't feel like I'm playing a manager game. So there's just no penalty. Oh, there's some wine gums here, chat. If you're wanting a tea break, chat, this is the opportunity. Did Leclerc set a lap there? Leclerc is at a 25.5. Now, chat, if this were any other track, I would have thought about giving Verstappen pains, but he is starting ahead of Norris. So we need to try and keep him ahead of Norris. And not only that, Silverstone is a one-stop, and there is several drivers who try and do a two-stop. So we're going to take advantage of them doing that. So Max should make up positions. Max should. Piastri P2? Wow, Perez P2, Albon P7. And both Red Bulls back up past us again, Sean. You said Red Bull, and Red Bull are actually good again all of a sudden. Oh, I've actually waited too long to tell Leclerc to go out. Don't get blocked. Okay, I'm actually happy with this distance. We're gonna use Sainz here as a tow, chat. We're gonna use Sainz as a tow. I think, chat, I think we may get pole here if we use Sainz as a tow. Let me cook. Let me cook. Let us see here, chat. If we use Sainz as a tow, because Sainz is currently the fastest. bear with me. And Leclerc has somehow did a yellow first sector. How? How? Right, Leclerc needs to use this toe, and there's going to be lapped cars ahead, or fucking just people who are going to block our laps because they suck. I don't even know if I want to take that shot. Yeah. Let's see what Leclerc gets. Oh, I even forgot to cancel the call. We're gonna keep doing this shit until it doesn't block our fucking lap. Like, we're gonna keep doing this until it doesn't block our lap. I just want a clear run. If we don't have the pace, fine. I just don't want to get fucking blocked. For the 13th time. It's so actually painful. I'm just gonna rattle through this.
Radio check, okay.
Oh, thank you for the shout out, Or. I didn't even notice. Thank you for the shout out. Why did that didn't even pop up for me on this side?
You are currently P1.
That's an even worse lap than he did before.
We've got a yellow flag here.
Yep, blocked again. Hilarious, hilarious. Right on pit exit blocked. It's fucking stupid. At least I think I know where the gaps are now, chat, so I can hopefully do qualifying in one swoop now. Let us sim through. Leclerc somehow a second off the pace. How? How? Did I put brakes on the fucking... Put bricks in the fucking cockpit or something? It's always a fucking Red Bull. It's always a Red Bull. I actually can't deal with this anymore, chat. It's always a Red Bull blocks your lap. It's always a Red Bull. It's always a fucking Red Bull blocks your lap. I just want to do qualifying, and the game won't fucking let me. At least we know now, we physically can't go slower. Right, we've timed it just right. We know science is a toe here. Finally, a fucking reasonable lap. I will take that. We've did a 25-3 before in quali. I just wanted something that was in the same realm. Let's save that progress, shall we? Let's save that. Let's bank. Let's press bank.
Box.
Speed limiter, please.
Let's try going out now, see if that gives us a margin. De Vries is going to be in our way, but he could be out of our way relatively quickly here. Don't get in our way. Just completely in the fucking way. Just completely in the fucking way. So, I'm just going to keep doing this until it gives us clear runs. And the drivers don't fucking just get in our way at all fucking opportunities. Let's try 4:30. Is 4:30 good to give us clear run? Yay, chat, we've got a clear run. Yay. All I wanted. Look at that, a purple first. Joe, for whatever reason, has had 2 purples. A green and 2 purples. And 10th. Would you look at that? A double purple! Just because we're clear! Crazy how that happens! What happens when you have a clear run? Pause. De Vries had the purple, and then Albon had the purple. Hold on. Hold the phone. Yeah, Tony, I seen that as well. What the fuck? Leclerc now gonna cross the line. What's it gonna be? How did my man not improve? What? Right. We're gonna have to take this sector by sector. Sorry. Leclerc. So his first lap. What? Oh, now I understand what it is. So chat, this isn't actually a purple. This is a purple from when we loaded in. So, our actual purple, like, it's glitched, yeah, Sean. Because the deltas here are, if you see, on timings it says lap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lap 2 is our first run. And there's 2 purples, which doesn't make any sense. And you can see in sector 2 that the first run is quicker. That's lap 2 than lap 5. So sector 2 in lap 5 physically shouldn't be a purple. Same with sector 3 and sector 1. The lap is completely slower in every regard. It's actually 5/10 off where we were, which is confusing how far we're off. But anyway,
Try to increase light.
Copy.
let's cancel the call in there.
No DRS. No DRS for it.
No Irish, no Irish.
Copy.
We've got Sainz with a purple.
Taking the flag.
Who knows? You know what, chat?
Less lift off.
All of these are misleading, so let's just find out. Russell crosses the line now. Goes up to P3. Leclerc coming across the line soon. Sainz, I believe, is finished. Albon's finished. Leclerc now going to come across the line. Doesn't improve. Perez is on a lap. De Vries isn't on a lap, but Perez is the last driver here on a lap. Perez could spoil the party here. We'll see, does De Vries, or does Perez spoil the party? Albon P4, Piastri P5, De Vries P8, Mick P9. Shockers here, Lee. Perez blows us out of the water. Well, not really, but it's less than a tenth. But
Good job, I think.
Perez P1. Paul's chat. This is where Perez is. Perez is P7 in the fucking championship. And gets pole. When I mentioned R, Perez could come up with a win some season. And this could be it. But chat, for those of you who also play this game and you're wondering what strategy it is only a medium hard because the pit lane is so long. I know that Delta says, oh, this is only a second slower, but it actually is a lot slower. Because you have to deal with traffic, and also the pit lane is one of the longest on the calendar. Maybe Qatar might beat it now. I'm not entirely sure. Verstappen though needs to get a good start here. Get ahead of Norris. He starts ahead of Norris.
The British Grand Prix is nearly upon us. The drivers composing themselves on the grid ahead of 52 laps around Silverstone. A chance to see just what Charles Leclerc can achieve.
I feel like you just run into traffic, Tony, if you do that.
For them today, they'll be aiming for a podium, but could they even sneak the win?
But just what will happen
Sneak
here,
the win over Sergio Perez. I'm more worried about Carlos Sainz, who's actually won this season.
Hold on tight. It's the British Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
I'll leave it to you.
Leclerc now starting. Has got a decent enough start. Just keeping it ahead of Russell. Verstappen though, side by side with Joe. Norris has dropped down. That's good for us. Everyone in the mediums chat. Everyone in the mediums. Everyone knows. But the Red Bulls seem to be back. The Red Bulls could be back here, chat. Red Bull domination could have returned. Sainz dropped a position there. And we gained on Joe. So that is very good for us. Give ourselves a pat on the back.
Just increase lift off.
Okay.
Yeah, that chat is another reason why we got rid of Sainz, because his starts were so poor. No matter how good he'd qualify, he'd always have to regain off the start. And you've just seen it there. Russell gets a better start than Sainz. And that wasn't Sainz's only flaw, he had many. But that is just a repeat, to be honest with you. We just now need Verstappen to stay ahead of Joe, Leclerc to stay ahead of Russell. Perez is looking punchy here. We now need to go low overtake aggression to focus on our lines. To make sure Leclerc can stay up. There was someone dropped there. De Vries has spun. De Vries, who is running in 9th. How do you even spin like that? And he's actually held up Max. In the meantime, Verstappen now 3 seconds out from the train ahead. Norris actually is a second off us. But De Vries spins ahead of Verstappen and means we've a massive gap to Mick ahead, which is really not good for our race. We want to be in this train, not out of it. And you're right, Nick is costing Alfa Romeo a lot of points here. Verstappen, I don't really think he has much left to actually get caught up with Mick. But if he can escape Joe, Norris is now caught up to the back of Joe again. Leclerc sets the fastest lap. DRS will be active this lap. Can Verstappen catch up to the train of Mick and all ahead? We've actually got the DRS here on Perez. Perez seems to be pushing heavy on tyres. Let's try and harvest here if we can. Russell seems to be falling back a tiny bit here. And Verstappen almost inside the DRS. Verstappen should be inside the DRS. It's so marginal at this stage. More like go. And Verstappen now will have the DRS off Mick. So Verstappen has fully dropped Norris behind here, which is good for our race. Meanwhile, Verstappen has Mick's DRS, Piastri. There's a couple things going on here, but he needs to worry more about regaining fuel and ERS. Leclerc now has let Russell back into this fight and also nearly fell out of the fight of himself. He may... Oh, Russell does have DRS, that's not good. But crucially, we still have DRS of Perez ahead here. Perez trying to push out. Piastri not far out of this fight, but Albon and Stroll battling now have had them fall back from Sainz. And Russell doesn't have DRS crucially here. How's our tyres doing? Our tyres are doing okay at the moment.
Recharge off, please.
And Norris seems to be catching. He was 2 seconds off, now he's almost within one.
We are not fuel limited. We are not fuel limited.
And Verstappen's been actually struggling to regain ERS here.
Yeah, copy.
Verstappen needs to be inside the DRS here.
Caution on the battery.
Yep.
So focus
Damn,
on your tyre temperature
Max
back
is
up to
struggling for pace here. Meanwhile, Leclerc is all over the back of Sergio Perez.
Yeah.
I am Sergio Perez. I race for Red Bull Racing. What has happened?
Yellows ahead. Yellows.
Pourchaire has spun. Where was Pourchaire? He's last now, but where was he?
Things are okay
He's in
at this
P14.
stage.
He was side by side with the Alpine. No, just spins out of nowhere. Leclerc now needs to get inside the DRS of Perez here to help him defend from Russell.
Big lift off.
Meanwhile, Verstappen needs to regain that ERS from Mick, who's now falling off the AlphaTauri ahead. How's our tyres looking? They're looking okay at the moment.
Recharge off.
Might be a chance.
Copy.
Press and hold the overtake.
Not too bad, that.
It's a good stint.
Yeah,
so far.
Verstappen now needs to close up to the back of Piastri if he can. Which he has done.
Good job there.
And we're gonna have to back off the tyres now, chat. We can see the drivers around us are doing that as well here. Don't really have the pace though to back off with Max. Now we need to get inside the DRS of Stroll, which we have. And I feel like this is the battle we want to be in on. We've now got 1.5 to Russell at the moment. Still inside the DRS here with Leclug.
Increase lift
With
off
La Chugga Chugga La Clug Clug. Meanwhile, Verstappen is in a good... He's in a good position here. Norris now, only P9 battling with Mick. So that's good for us. Verstappen though needs to stay inside the DRS of Stroll.
And recharge off.
We realistically need to get our ERS back up and then manage our fuel.
Okay, increase and lift off, please.
Max might send it around the outside here of Stroll.
Increase and lift off as well, please.
He is. What a move. Stroll's still there. We don't really need this position just yet. We just need to manage with Verstappen. Meanwhile, Russell's now gotten back within the DRS. Russell just keeps falling out and coming back to us, it seems.
No risk.
Verstappen's almost got his ERS regained here. Meanwhile, Russell did get momentarily inside the DRS. We want to push here for a little bit to make sure Russell is out of our DRS. We do not want him holding onto the back of us.
It's time to go hunting.
And Russell does have DRS here, but if we can push past Perez here, Russell should not have our DRS, I would say.
Recharge off.
Nick De Vries is going back to compete in Formula E with Mahindra, and he's also going to race with WAC Toyota. I did see something about that. I wish all the best for Nick. He just didn't get a fair rub of the green
Take some points off
in
it,
F1. Unfortunate for him, but it is the nature of the game. So far we're doing okay here, but I actually want to back off with Leclerc on the tyres. Meanwhile, Max is struggling to stay with Stroll here. Did he start? P19?
For Infomax, we are not fuel limited.
Is Magnussen randomly just turning on the jets? Stroll is doing well ahead of us because of the he's got much better tyre wear than us at the moment.
Okay, Max. Go and take
Verstappen may have to go in off the mediums.
Tyres okay for the moment, Max.
Yeah, you're right, we can. Lap history, tyre history. Nick down 11, Kevin up 8, you're right. Wow, what a gain for Kev Magnussen. Meanwhile, we're trying to regain some of our tyre life, but we can't do too much with Russell right there.
Head down. You can push.
Increase your lift and coast a little bit more, please, Max.
Max needs to stay with these runners in front. He cannot fall backward. And he is going to probably have to pit sooner than Leclerc. Could be maybe lap 22, I would say. Much sooner, but it is a doable stint. Not what we want to be doing, but it is doable. And what will be key here, chat, is to see what the other drivers do. What kind of... do any of these drivers up here try and do a two-stop? Because if any of them try and do two-stop, I reckon that's us one. Unless there's a safety car that benefits their two-stop. I genuinely do think the one stop is quicker here. Right, Verstappen very close behind there. Russell is very close behind Leclerc, but Leclerc does have a lot to play with here. Yellow flag, me no likey.
Flag ahead. Yellow flags ahead.
Yeah, okay.
Try to put pressure on him.
Try to put pressure, try to put pressure.
Try to increase Laiko.
Copy that.
Verstappen still managing his fuel whilst following these runners. But ugh.
Hunting time.
Good to push up.
Jesus, Perez has tried to drop us. Not gonna have ERS this lap.
Okay, increase at lift off, please, Max.
Okay.
And slow down now.
And Albon and Stroll being side by side here keeps Verstappen in this battle. But Norris has now got ahead of Piastri. And I think we need to push a bit more with Verstappen to make sure he stays with the battle ahead. No!
From the tires perspective, we can push a bit more.
Right then, we can take a look now.
Did Leclerc run
And it was
wide at
involving
cops?
Leclerc this time. And that's... Oh no, that's not quite
What is that
they would have wanted.
rejoin?
Fighting with the car, just a...
I think we're gonna have to undercut here, Chad. It's our only hope. Gonna have to massively undercut if we've any hope here, chat.
Keep on top of the tyres.
Yeah.
Look after those tyres.
Okay.
I reckon Verstappen in this lap and then Leclerc in the lap after.
Okay, so it's closing up a little bit. So recharge on for the moment.
Yeah.
So on to the hards for Verstappen. And a big error for Leclerc there.
Box and pick confirm, Max.
Yeah, box.
To focus on tires.
Copy that.
At least all these drivers are now battling, and we don't know if any of them is going to be doing a one-stop, so our one-stop strategy could be the way to go.
I'm in.
I don't want to use mediums from practice now. But Verstappen now entering one of the longest pit lanes of the calendar. No, front right.
My
Front right was slow, and that's why I didn't want a double stack. I was considering the double stack. But Verstappen now lost 3 seconds, and he's now out behind Magnussen, De Vries and Gasly, who he would have been clear of. That is thoroughly disappointing, man. He would have been ahead of all three of them with 17 seconds of clear air ahead of him. We need to make sure Leclerc has a good lap or a good pit stop here so that he does have that clear air. We need Leclerc to be in that clear air. Meanwhile, and Sainz and Russell come in.
Charles pit lane.
I hope they're doing mediums or some shit, because if they're doing hards, we're not going to be in a great state. And Russell's doing hards, we held him up a little bit, and Sainz is doing hards and he got held up by the Red Bull. Not amazing. They're both one-stopping here. they're now in sight, so my idea is to push flat out with Leclerc here. And Verstappen needs to clear Magnussen and get up the road, which he isn't able to fucking do for some reason. K-Mag shouldn't be quicker than you, man. Meanwhile, Perez now in. Perez in for hards as well. They're all one-stopping. This is weird. Norris in for hards. Everyone's one-stopping. Everyone's recognised. And Verstappen still not got fucking Magnussen. What the fuck? Well, everyone's clearly recognised and we're right up behind Perez.
Try your best.
Copy.
Dear Lord, overtake him. Dear Lord, overtake him. Just quit backing out. Verstappen now gets through, and Leclerc gets through on Perez, and Leclerc is going to need to push up to Sainz, and Sainz is going to need to push up to Russell, otherwise the race is going to end that way. Leclerc, or Verstappen now needs to escape Magnussen. ASAP here. Feel like Perez overtaking us isn't the worst thing in the world. Oh. No, it is! It is! It is! It is the worst fucking thing in the world. Because he's gonna fucking hit us, that prick. Doesn't know how to fucking drive.
Barely any room to manoeuvre. And the impact on the car.
Violent crash.
And having seen it back, I think it's pretty obvious.
Right, how is that a pain? How is that a pain? Someone tell me how that's a pain. Norris now into P6, which is not good. I'm surprised no one went for the two-stop. Genuinely, no one went for the two-stop.
You can catch him.
You can catch him. We now need to just get caught up here to go for the podium. It seems Russell's going to run away with this. Meanwhile, Verstappen has Norris on his inside. And things were going well, and they don't seem to be going well anymore.
No DRS. No DRS for it.
Copy.
Oh god, our pace is nowhere, chat. Need to regain our ERS here. Verstappen's now falling to DRS from Norris. Unbelievable, chat. Verstappen barely inside the DRS here. Pushing flat out here and still can't keep up with Norris is Verstappen. Dear Lord. We're now going to have to back off with him. It's too late.
Recharge up, please, Max. Back it out, back it out.
I mean, it doesn't... Tony, normally it wouldn't shock me, but before the AI had been doing, you know, two stops, which is why you would exploit that and you'd get a good result. But now we can't even exploit that because they're now using their brains a bit more. But the Red Bulls look rapid here, chat. Perez is going to have that penalty, and hopefully we have the pace to stay within inside 5 seconds of him. But do we? I am not sure.
Recharge off when you're ready.
Leclerc is inside the DRS of Sainz, which will be a big help.
Copy that.
For sure, Norris is the tyre whisperer. 80% on his hards. Why is K-Mag still on those softs? Who knows? Why is Sergeant still on those softs and he's fucking 19th?
Range child button off. Copy that.
I wonder, does Leclerc have the pace in open air here to catch the Red Bulls? Maybe. Sainz, does he have DRS? He doesn't. And Leclerc's looking punchy. Leclerc looking very punchy here. Verstappen now within DRS of Norris. It seems in the hards, the Mercedes just seem to struggle at the moment. Meanwhile, we've now got DRS of the Red Bulls ahead. This could be vital.
As you are now, they stop.
Yeah, Max's race starting to heat up. We're going to do a bit more recharging behind Norris if we can. And now we're going to turn on medium overtake aggression.
Recharge off when you're ready.
In the event we have the pace to get caught up to Sainz. Whereas now with Leclerc, I actually want to back off the tyres. But our race has come alive with both drivers here. It seems on the hards we actually have the pace that we thought we'd have. Whereas the Mercs have fallen off surprisingly, and the Red Bulls have had very good pace here. Also surprisingly. Norris still close behind. Norris doesn't seem to be falling off the way Sainz did earlier. But Verstappen is catching Sainz here. 11 laps to go here, chat. Awasa with a lockup.
For Infomax, we are not fuel limited. We are not fuel limited.
Norris really close behind here. But Verstappen is growing ever closer to the back of Sainz here. Will he have DRS now? He does. And that has changed things here, chat. 10 laps to go. Sainz now in the DRS of Carlos Sainz, which should allow us now to back off those tyres.
Down on this set.
Very good for us, chat. We now could have at best a 3 and 4, I'd say, or maybe even a 3 and maybe even a 3 or a 1 and 3. I was going to say at best we could have a 1 and 4, but with that Perez penalty we could have a 1 and 3 if Verstappen can get past Sainz and get far enough down the road. But something we have to keep an eye on is, does Perez drop Russell? And it looks like he might. It looks like he might drop Russell here. With Leclerc, we're going to have to push up here. We're going to have to start pushing with Leclerc here. Verstappen now getting ahead of Sainz. We're in net P2 currently. Oh, around the outside! What a send from Leclerc! I reckon we need to stay with Perez here. If we can. Verstappen now is going to need something special in order to beat Perez. He's nearly 2 seconds off where he needs to be. We've now dropped Perez again. Or dropped Russell again.
Slow down.
Copy.
think Max now needs to push,
Points on Leclerc.
kind of go for broke. He's 1.5 off Perez. And he's gonna go for the move on Sainz now. Russell's back in the DRS here. Again. Verstappen now battling with Sainz. And he's gonna get it through.
6 laps.
Sainz is gonna come back at him again.
Just keep it sensible on the time.
Okay.
Oh, do not let Russell ahead of us. Do not let Russell ahead of us. I was thinking we had enough of a margin there. But we did not have enough of a margin there. Russell is right on our tail. And Verstappen is so close to that 5-second gap that he needs to get this podium here. Or to even just jump Perez. Oh, I keep changing that's the gap to the leader. I know what to do, chat. I know what to do. I know what to do. I know how to fix this. I know how to fix this, chat. This is what we're gonna do, chat. We're gonna hold him up massively through this first sector, which is gonna eat into Perez's time, and he doesn't need this. But you can see that interval is coming down rapidly.
And charge button off.
Yeah, copy.
But you see now the gap to Perez is now 4.4. So we royally have sabotaged him there.
You can slow down.
You know what? We can get an even better result. We can actually get an even better result here. Let us completely defend and try and get the Mercs caught up again. We don't want to give the Mercs a podium though, we just want to back off enough to allow Verstappen to slingshot onto the back of Russell. If we can here. Great defending here from Leclerc.
Charge off.
Copy.
2.9 now to the Mercs. Leclerc doing a masterful drive, and this was actually a smart move for us. Even if Perez gets through now, that's fine. We just need to make sure Russell doesn't as well. Us battling is going to continue to hold up. These drivers behind.
Go and take some
I'm going to
points
go
on
for
Leclerc,
broke.
please.
I'm going to go for broke with Sainz, or Verstappen now, I mean.
Just keep the patience up.
Yeah.
3 seconds down the road here.
You try everything. 4 laps to go.
Verstappen now still will have the DRS, but oh my god, Verstappen's catching this pack, chat. Verstappen is catching this pack. If we can get Verstappen past Russell, that's all we'll need. That is all we will need. Genuinely, that's all we'll need.
And slow down now.
And slow down now.
Copy.
Charge button off.
Max I'm pretty sure they can all hear the Jaws theme song at the moment with Max's pace. We just need to not let Russell through here. Russell is the key here. We need Max to get Russell. Three laps to go here, chat. 3 laps to go. Max is almost within the DRS.
Tires.
He's almost there. He's just about not there. He could have it now, but he's now firmly here. And this has been a masterful drive here.
Start button off.
Oh no, 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 Leclerc could lose out 2 positions here. Russell on the outside as well. No! 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 It's a 3-wide battle! Russell's got through! No!
Yeah, stay cool.
That's the worst thing that could have happened! What is Perez doing now?
Just introduce 3 seconds of liftoff around the lap.
Can anyone see what fucking Perez is doing? What is that? What is that, chat?
And recharge on.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
You're absolutely right, Tony. That's fucking race ban territory.
Press and hold the overtake.
Okay.
Okay, Leclerc needs to push now like a bat out of hell to catch back up to Russell again. We had P1 locked down there and then Russell out of nowhere on the outside, and I couldn't tell Leclerc to defend it quick enough.
Press and hold the overtake.
Okay.
Leclerc now will have DRS. High overtake, high overtake, hey, 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 hey. Leclerc around the outside of Russell! Into the lead! He's got it! Oh my god, Russell's still there! Meanwhile, we still haven't got Perez yet.
So, lift off.
Yeah.
Come on, Leclerc. Come on, Leclerc. And somehow Perez still has fucking DRS. That's utter bullshit.
And DRS is disabled. DRS disabled.
We need to harvest with Leclerc. Or no, we don't. No, we need to push. He's almost out of the DRS here.
Less of a lift.
7/10 back. It's gonna be close. There's a yellow flag for who? Leclerc's 7/10 ahead, 8/10 ahead. Verstappen now. Gonna move to the inside. Sends it on Perez. He's gonna need to lift off. He's gonna need to lift off.
Max, could you just introduce?
He's gonna need to lift off massively. No. Oh my god.
Okay, recharge on.
Okay.
Oh! Don't worry, lads. Perez has the penalty, but God, Verstappen almost ran out of fuel at the end there. Dear Lord.
Okay, that's the checkered flag.
Dear Lord. 2,000s, but it doesn't matter because Verstappen will get the possession. But Leclerc wins in Silverstone. Norris only manages P5. Albon gets P9. Piastri with more points. P8. Magnussen gets a P10 with a weird soft medium strat that worked. But wow. That was stressful. Stressful.
That was a great performance from the Ferrari driver.
Dear Lord.
It was a truly excellent win, with everything working together for the team and driver.
You'd have to say, Tony, yep, they were very bad on those hards.
The whole team.
Max up 8 positions, and unfortunately with that movement we actually helped Norris and Sainz jump Perez because of that pain. So Norris still gets a decent amount of points, but we're still... Verstappen jumps Sainz. A point ahead of Sainz now. Leclerc closing in on Norris. It could have been bigger. We're 9 points behind the Mercedes now in the Constructors. This battle is heating up. This battle is heating up. But big gains on the Mercs. Regulation vote. Give us some more wind tunnel time, baby. We want it. We want all the wind tunnel time. Give us it all. Let's see what's failed. We need a new chassis, and we're already manufacturing chassis. Front wings, we have loads. Rear wings, loads. Side pods, loads. Underfloors, could do with more of. And suspensions, we're good. Okay. They want their hair blowing in the wind. Oh yeah, for the wind tunnel. We're not desperate for 100k, so let's keep our staff development going. Regulation votes could be decent ERS, yeah, we're aware. Voted for. We're gonna have extra wind tunnel time. Let's go. Pit crew's exhausted, didn't ask. Anyway. We now have the Hungarian Grand Prix chat, and we will be doing that tomorrow. We're going to now find a channel to raid our way out, but if you enjoyed watching, please drop a follow. And I will be back tomorrow. You're so mean to your per. No, couldn't be mean. That's not me. I'm not a mean person. Can I downgrade facilities? I can't downgrade my scouts because I don't use them. I wish I could downgrade my scouts. Wasn't there like a thing in the game where you could like turn off departments? Because I would absolutely turn off the scouting department. Don't need it. At all. But anyway, we're gonna find a channel to raid here. Is Logan live? Yes, he's playing Rocket League. Let's see anyone doing F1 Manager here. Let's see. Let's raid this guy on our way out. If you haven't followed yet, chat, please do. And also, if you want to subscribe, please do. There is only a couple days left of September, so subscriptions are as cheap as they can be. And also, if you want to subscribe with Twitch Prime, that's free. But anyway, that's been it for me tonight, / this morning, because it's almost 5 AM. But thank you all for watching. We're going to now wrap it up for the night, and we're going to raid Sober David on our way out. We've got Hungarian Grand Prix tomorrow. And I'm not doing much else tomorrow. So I should be free to do a long stream tomorrow unless other circumstances arise. We will see. Anyway, thank you all for watching, chat. We're going to raid Sober David on our way out here. And drop him a follow as well on your way out. Show the community some love. We all want to grow together. And of course Verstappen ruined our qualifying streak because he qualified 11th. Anyway, thank you all for watching and goodbye.